Hello, good day, and welcome to Politics and Policies, reaching you from the nation's capital in Abuja. I am Mercy Babajide. Today on Politics and Policies, we'll be briefing you on what has happened on the political scene. And trust me, a lot is going on, from in-house parties, issues as Labour Party, PDP, even the APC has its own crisis. But of course, we'll be hammering more on the PDP and Labour Party. And then we will take you to Edo State, where the Deputy Governor of Edo State has been impeached. But before we get into that proper, let's brief you on what has happened with PDP, where the minority leaders of the House of Representatives, drawn from all opposition parties, have disowned 60 lawmakers who on Monday called for the resignation of the People's Democratic Party's acting national chairman, that's Omar Damagum, for alleged anti-party activities. Now, recall that the 60 parliamentarians under the auspices of the coalition of opposition lawmakers on Monday in Abuja threatened to quit the PDP if Damagum does not leave office to pave the way for the appointment of a new acting chairman from the North Central. Now, that's the zone of the suspended national chairman of the party. That's Senator Iyocha Ayu. Well, reacting via a statement issued on and co-signed on Tuesday by the minority leader and leader of the caucus, Kingsley Chinda, Deputy Minority Leader Ali Madaki, Minority Whip Ali Issa, and Deputy Minority Whip George Ozodinobi, the lawmakers described the Ikenga Ugochinyere-led coalition as a body unknown to the parliament. And now, rising from a meeting of its stakeholders, the Nigerian Labour Congress on Monday voided the National Convention that returned the National Chairman of Labour Party, Julius Abure, and his National Working Committee to fill the vacuum. The stakeholders said the Congress would set up a transition committee to oversee the affairs of the party, pending when new officers will be elected in 3 months. Now, in attendance at the gathering were representatives of the chairman of NLC Political Commission, that's Professor Theophilus Ndubuaku, now former president of Nigerian Labour Congress, Abdulwahid Omar, then chairman, Labour Party Board of Trustees, Sylvester Ejiofor, now coordinator of Obedient Movement, Dr. Moses Paul, and Labour Party Plateau governorship candidate, Chief Yohana Majib. Now, others were the coordinator of the Labour Party Patriotic Members Congress, that's Dr. Kingsley Okundaye, then Kaduna Labour Party governorship candidate, Jonathan Asake, and representative of persons with disability in Labour Party, Yeko Bapo. Now, the resolution taken by the unionists on Monday also raised concerns on the need to conduct a forensic audit of Labour Party bank accounts in line with the demand of its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, following allegations of corruption, forgery, and fraud leveled against the leadership of the party. Now, these were contained in a communique released after the NLC stakeholders meeting on March 28th at Edo CJ drops, and that's all we take for the Labour Party. Now, let's move to Edo State, where impeachment panel, the Chief Judge of Edo State, Justice Daniel Okungbowa, on Monday, 26 March, reviewed the panel constituted to probe the state's Deputy Governor, that's Philip Shaibu. The CJ raised the probe panel at the instance of the State House of Assembly, which on March 12 commenced impeachment proceedings against Shaibu. Now, the assembly said the impeachment proceedings were based on a petition accusing Shaibu of perjury and leaking the government secrets. Now, all of this and more is what we'll be discussing after this break with Chris. Stay tuned.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. You're still on Politics and Policies, reaching you from Abuja. Now, 18 members of the Edo State House of Assembly on Monday voted to impeach the Deputy Governor of the state, that's Philip Shaibu. Now, this follows the consideration of the report of the 7-man panel set up by the Chief Judge of the state, that's Justice Daniel Okungbowa. And now in attendance at the House sitting were 20 members, including the Speaker, Blessing Agbebaku, but 18 members voted for the impeachment, while 1 member, just 1 only, abstained. Well, the Deputy Governor's impeachment commenced with the Clerk of the House reading out Order 10. Now, the presentation and consideration of the report of the 7-man panel, which probed allegations of perjury and leaking of the government secrets against Shaibu. Well, shortly after the majority leader of the House, Charity Abure, representing the Ovia Northeast, one moved that the report be considered. His motion was seconded by the minority leader, that's Eric Okaka Owan East. Now, consequently, the Speaker assumed chairman of the committee of the whole House to consider the report. Now, after the majority and minority leaders moved and seconded the motion to their effect, respectively, now, during the presentation of the report, Donald Okogbe Akoko Edo too rose to object the party of the report, but his objection was overruled by the Speaker. But that same yesterday again, we are the new deputy governor to head Edo State. Now, joining me in the studio is none other than Chris, to, of course, analyze most of this. Good day, Chris. How are you?
Good day, Mercy. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You look radiant. Good to see you. Hope you are ready for today's politics. And now, like to tell our viewers at home few things about the new Edo State Deputy Governor. Well, he was born on July 19, 1986, and he attended his Omobayo hails from Akoko Edo local government area, and he has a B English degree in electrical and electronics engineering, and MSc in public administration from the University of Benin. That's Uniben. He's a registered member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. Well, he served as a senior maintenance engineer at Dresser Wayne West Africa Limited. Well, Omobayo contested as Labour Party candidate for Akoko Edo Federal Constituency during the 2023 elections. Well, he was sworn in as the deputy governor following Shaibu's impeachment yesterday. Well, now let's just get into it proper. We have a lot of things outlined. Now, speaking about Edo State Deputy Governor, I'd like to relate this with Ondo State. It looks like there's a burning issues always between the deputy governor and the governors of each state. And now, that's one way to see it. Another way to see it, the new deputy governor is 38 years old. That is one way for the not too young to run rule being implemented. Which I'll say we love to see it. But then the way he just came on board now, and partly because the impeached deputy governor has said he's going to fight till finish. And you said something this morning. He says so far he doesn't fight with his life.
Yes.
But then I'd like to get your overview on that.
Well, I want to start by congratulating Marvelous, the 38-year deputy governor.
Okay.
Though Soswan was 38 when he became governor of Benue State.
Okay.
Yaya Bello was 38 going to 39 when he became the governor of Kogi State. Demiji Bankole was 38 when he became Speaker of House of Representatives during Obasanjo's tenure. And we can continue to count and count and count. Like I said previously, it is not about the number. It is not about the will to assert yourself positively to governance. But looking at it from the angle of Nigeria, the way Nigeria play her politics, what can Marvelous do as deputy governor apart from going for inspection, apart from maybe enjoying the luxury,
that comes
with that, apart from maybe adding that to his CV that as it is, he has spent one day in the office. So it will be in the history of Edo State that he was once a deputy governor, even though Shaibu succeeded to remove him through court process, which of course is not possible. It is not about the age, like I said. Corruption is not situated within age bracket in our political system. It is about the system itself. Now, he was in Labour Party, just like you rightly stated. When did he become to PDP?
PDP. So that means a lot is going on.
Yes, when did he become to PDP? Is there, Labour Party won Edo State, in Edo State. Is there any political undertone between PDP or Obaseki and Labour Party in Edo State? Is this a kind of compensation? Okay, you vie for a position.
But you know something that happened in the last election that one needs to notice, the fact that people voted for persons, not the party.
Exactly.
So could it be said that, and whether we like it or not, you've seen antecedents of what APC has started, where we have some Wike, someone from the PDP, now a 7 minister under the APC. Could it be said that that is what is happening again in Edo State?
Whatever be the case, before you see a tree dying from the top, it means something must have happened to the root. Something is happening within the political
But you
sphere
know, a
of
lot
Edo
of
State.
persons are equally defecting from their parties to another party without openly coming out to say, "Oh, I've defected from my party," because now people feel like, oh, it's a matter of persons now. It's not a party. But whether we like it or not, people would still want to be in the good books of the ruling party.
You know, when you were giving your introduction, I also, something came into my mind. I said the three major political parties in Nigeria now are APC, PDP and Labour Party. But truth be told, why is it that we've not heard of any problem within the APC? Or is it that there is no problem?
Well, now that to answer your question and then to ask you another question, you remember that during the 2023 elections, we had, every party had issues. Every party. The APC equally had their issue, and their issue was the Muslim ticket. That was it. PDP crisis was the chairman issues. Labour Party's own was there too. Of course, the Abure and Apapa faction. But then this did not spill over till after election, because now we're still going to get to the PDP crisis, where the matters of electing a chairman from a particular part in the north, in a region, has caused issue, and it's still a persisting issue right now. But then before we get into that, I like the fact that you deviated from talking about the deputy, but now moving into party. Do you think we should scrap the one party? We should scrap the party system in Nigeria right now, since irrespective of whatever party you are in Nigeria, you can easily be moved over from where you are to say you can serve irrespective of your party?
I think we should go by the way of France. How did Emmanuel Macron became president without having a political party? That is what what's it called? What's the name of that process again? That you can be an independent candidate. That was how Emmanuel Macron became the president. But do you think
that would work, given
I was just trying to react to your question, because as it is right now, the Labour Party is having problem, PDP is having problem, and post-election political stability, APC is being stabilized. Even with the problem of North Central agitating that the position given to the former governor of Kano State, who is now the national chairman, is meant to come back to the north based on their constitution and how things are equated. But now it has been given back to Kano. Now the North Central people, the former governor of Kogi State, allegedly was rumored to have started plotting against the party chairman so that he can take over the party leadership. But of course, because of one or two problems, maybe they said EFCC is going after him, or maybe that is why he's silent about it. About a month or two ago, his posters were everywhere in the FCT, where his supporters came out to say he's the best person to take over from what's it called? What's his name?
Godwin Obaseki.
No, Gandoji, as national chairman of the party. But of course, their convention is coming up. The North Central are saying that the party structure, the party chairmanship ought to have been for the North Central. That is, again, a digression. But the truth of the matter is that I have always told people the present president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a political calculator. What he's doing now with the help of the FCT minister is to weaken PDP, is to also weaken Labour Party. You may not see
so you feel like APC is linked to all the crises happening in PDP and Labour Party?
Didn't you? Okay, where is Professor? What's his name? Professor Professor of Economics now, the one that was following Peter Obi from one place to another the other time. The Patutomi. Where's Professor Patutomi today? Prior to the election, Patutomi was everywhere with Obi, in and out of this country.
But well, I like the fact that you mentioned
today it's not.
But you and I know that in Nigeria, when it comes to politics, people always put themselves first. No, because if you mention Patutomi, I will mention Daniel Bwala.
I'm also going there. What I want to say is that allegedly there is a rumor that Tinubu sponsored partly Labour Party through Professor Patutomi. Yes. But while he was doing that, maybe money is coming in and all that, attention was paid to the support coming through Patutomi, but not knowing that every movement, every calculation of Labour Party was I think if you go to his X handle, you will see, go back to maybe from May last year, you will see the problem that was there. And I also like the fact that Obi is very, very mature to handle that.
handle
Even their present problem, he's trying to also handle it. Though people are saying that he's quiet about it.
Okay, before we get into that, one more question about Edo State. Now, the Edo State deputy governor that was impeached said that he was impeached because he was vying for the position of the governorship candidate of their party. Do you think there should be an issue with the deputy governor running for certain positions, given that they are deputy governors? I would just like you to take that in one breath so we quickly move to the next topic.
No, there shouldn't be a problem. It is his constitutional right to vie for any position, as long as one, he is a Nigerian, two, he doesn't have dual citizenship, three, he has the requirement to contest for this position. But the thing is that how did he become the deputy governor? Who set the tone for him to deputize Obaseki? What are his political antecedents? So things like that are things we should look at. But for him to say he will go to court, it is also his constitutional right to go to court. Let him go. Let him use his strength and not his life to see if he can take over.
I like the fact
power.
that you've laid emphasis on strength and not life. Now, so we're going to take PDP and Labour Party crisis in one breath. So for PDP, they've always had issues. I mean, right from before elections, that's 2023 presidential elections, where some Wike, the former governor of Rivers State and now the sitting minister for FCT, has outrightly said he needed Iyocha Ayu out of the party as a national chairman. But then it looks like a year and few months after, these issues still persist. Now, I'd like to get your opinion on that. That's from PDP. Now, Labour Party equally has the same issue with Abure, Papa faction. Now, one would wonder, what has the NLC got to do with Labour Party, where the NLC has said, oh, they want Abure out as the Labour Party chairman, given with the crisis and, of course, money laundering and issues persisting with Labour crisis. And one thing I would always say, you cannot come outside and put a good front when your house is not in order.
Sure.
How would this affect Labour Party? And now, there's been rumor about Peter Obi and the former governor of Kaduna State coming together. That's Nasir El-Rufai coming together to, of course, put out a front in the next election. Do you think that's a nice move?
That is between Peter Obi and
El-Rufai.
Well, let me take from just like the way you came down. Let me pick from there. First of all, the NLC chairman, I am perceiving that he is being used to destabilize Labour Party. 3 weeks ago, a month ago, he was arrested by this government.
The NLC?
No, not that is. I mean the
NLC. Labour Party chairman.
That is National Labour Congress. Yes, he was arrested because of the stage protest.
No, that was the Labour Party chairman. That's Abure. He was arrested in Edo State.
No, before his arrest. The NLC chairman.
And that's Ajero. That's like when he was beaten in Owerri. That was Imo State before Imo State election.
Thank you very much. So now, what actually is the problem between him and Abure? The problem is not, does he have the right, if it is, what is it called? If they want to probe Abure, does he have the jurisdiction? Exactly. Is it within his jurisdiction to probe? Because the constitution of NLC is quite different from the constitution of a Labour Party as a political party.
I remember that before then, people were already tilting towards the fact that the Nigerian Labour Congress was not independent as it should be. They should be fighting for the rights of the people, social workers and civil workers.
Exactly.
But then it looked like they were tilting towards Labour Party. Now, is this confirming what people were thinking?
The constitution of Labour Party that was submitted to INEC before it was registered as a political party is not from NLC. So where is the problem here? So, but again, let me shift to PDP. Prior to the primaries of PDP, where Wike fought Atiku, and then because they saw he was going to win the primaries, the former governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Tambuwa, came back after he had given his speech because he saw that Wike was coasting home with victory. Now said that he is no longer interested in the, what is it called? In the race. But this is the same Tambuwa that was giving support at Port Harcourt at the 2000 which of the election before 2019?
2015.
No, after 2015. It
was 2017. No, sorry, 2019.
2019.
Yes.
2019, the convention was held in Port Harcourt. Wike tried and he did everything, and Aminu Tambuwa was winning before all of a sudden article came from dollars, and then he crashed their movement. Now, that one would have expected that such support should be given to Wike. Wike was winning, and then Aminu from nowhere crashed it. But that's not the problem. Prior to that primary selection at the national airport here, what's his name? Wike and Atiku, they had all agreed that if a northerner picked the ticket, the presidential ticket, that Ayu should resign so that somebody from the south can now become the chairman of the party. He accepted. And then after he became the flag bearer of his party, instead of him now to honorably, with all sense of integrity, hand over or keep to his own words, he now started playing Wike this way. As if that was not enough, instead of him to also pay attention to Wike's political need, maybe Wike wanted to deputize him, from nowhere, he went and picked Okowa. So what do you expect, Wike? Meanwhile, prior to those primaries, all those antecedents I've given, all those history I'm giving to you, Atiku lost election, relocated to Dubai, left the whole sponsorship of PDP in the hands of Wike. Wike used his own money, let me say his own money, because we don't know the sources. We
don't know whether it's
state money or whatever, to sponsor down to Benue. He went to Benue, Sokoto, to maybe keep this family together, political family together. But Atiku came from nowhere, and then when Wike warned them that I will crash this party. Did he succeed or not? He succeeded, and now he has been rewarded with a portfolio. Now he is with APC. The same Wike is the one. These 60 people or 60 members that check very well. Wike is behind it, and I tell you, that will go down until
because
that
I remember one of the papers named it as Fubara issue and Wike issue as spilled over to PDP issue, but then I'm sure we'd have to do our due diligence before we actually get into that.
These are two different fights, totally.
Okay, then, all right. Thank you very much, Chris, for joining us today on the program. I wish we had enough time to actually analyze this, but you did perfect analysis to that. All right, our viewers at home, this is where we wrap it up for today. But then something caught my attention with what Chris has said, that when it comes to politics, it looks like you do not have a friend, because 1 minute you guys are friends, another minute you are no longer friends. But then at the end of the day, everybody will need each other.
Can I prophesy? Can I prophesy?
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The next presidential election, Fubara and Wike will become friends and they will support APC.
All right, then.
What is today's date?
Today is the 9th of April 2024, so we would have to keep this particular clip and, of course, go back to it. All right, thank you very much, Chris, and thank you to our viewers for watching us. I remain Messi about today. See you same time, same session tomorrow. Bye for now.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.